When we talk about AI, what exactly are we talking about?
At its core, AI is about machines or software mimicking human intelligence.
Right.
Things like learning, problem solving, and even decision making.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically systems that can learn and adapt just like we do as humans. And the coolest part is as these systems, process more and more data, they actually become even more efficient.
Oh, wow. So it's not just your average computer program then. So can you give us like an example to kind of illustrate the different types of AI and how they work?
Absolutely.
Oh.
So, you can think about AI in different categories,
Okay.
like machine learning and deep learning.
Okay.
So imagine you're trying to teach a computer to identify, let's say, different types of birds.
Okay.
In machine learning, we feed it labeled data, like pictures of birds, and we tell it what kind of bird it is.
Gotcha.
Then the computer uses special algorithms, right, to analyze all that data and learn to recognize patterns.
Okay.
And so based on those patterns, it can then, correctly identify brand new birds it's never seen before.
So the machine is learning from examples, kind of like how we as humans would learn to recognize birds, like through pictures and descriptions.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's so cool. So then what about deep learning? How is that different?
So deep learning takes it to a whole other level. It's inspired by the structure of our human brain using something called artificial neural networks to analyze data in a more complex and layered way.
Okay.
It's basically like the machine is learning its own set of rules rather than just relying on our instructions.
Nice.
And this lets it handle much more complex tasks like speech recognition or translating languages.
So it's machine learning, but like on steroids.
Yeah, you could say.
Deep learning is taking it to a whole new level. So how's all this actually show up in our lives? I mean, the source material mentions how AI is already woven into our routines. What are some examples, maybe some that might surprise people?
Well, look no further than your smartphone. It's like a little AI powerhouse in your pocket.
Right.
Facial recognition, personalized app recommendations. AI is always running behind the scenes, making our mobile experience, smoother and more efficient.
Yeah, I guess I do kind of take a lot of those features for granted. It really is amazing how seamlessly it's all become integrated.
It really is.
But when people think about AI, I feel like it's often those flashy, futuristic applications, like self-driving cars or robots performing surgery.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Are those just pipe dreams?
No, they're definitely exciting developments and, they're on the horizon, but AI is already making a big impact in less glamorous but equally important areas, like healthcare.
Oh, okay.
AI is being used to analyze medical images, helping doctors detect diseases like cancer much earlier and with greater accuracy.
So AI is becoming a powerful tool for improving patient care. That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's not just healthcare. You see it in finance, too, where AI helps banks detect fraud way more efficiently,
Okay.
which protects both the consumers and the institutions. And in manufacturing, you have these AI-powered robots working side by side with human workers, boosting productivity and safety.
So it's really shaking things up across many industries, making things more efficient and effective. But are there any downsides? Any challenges or risks associated with AI that we should be aware of?
That's a super important question.
Hmm.
And while AI has amazing potential,
Mm.
we got to be mindful of its limitations and potential implications, like job displacement.
Okay, yeah.
As AI becomes capable of performing tasks that humans used to do, we need to think about how we can adapt and prepare for those changes in the workforce.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely something we need to address, proactively as AI continues to evolve. But let's bring it back to a more personal level for a sec. You mentioned how our smartphones are packed with AI features.
Right.
Can you give us any specific examples like that might surprise people?
Sure. Think about those personalized music recommendations you get on like Spotify or Apple Music.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's AI in action. It analyzes your listening habits, and suggests songs or artists you might enjoy based on your taste.
I love those playlists. It's amazing how these algorithms, sometimes it feels like they know my taste better than I do. And speaking of personalization, AI is changing how we shop online too, isn't it? It's like those targeted ads and product suggestions can be incredibly accurate, sometimes a little creepy even.
Yeah, it can feel that way. Behind those personalized shopping experiences, you have sophisticated AI algorithms that are constantly analyzing tons of data, like
Hmm.
your browsing history, past purchases, even items you linger on but don't actually buy. It's all designed to predict what you're going to want and nudge you towards making that purchase.
It is really impressive and, like you said, a little unnerving how well they seem to know us. But gotta admit, it makes online shopping pretty convenient. But it seems like AI is enhancing our lives in so many ways. So why should we care beyond just these everyday conveniences? What makes it so important in the bigger picture?
That's a fantastic question, and it really gets to the heart of, why we're doing this deep dive today. The benefits of AI go way beyond just making our lives easier or, more entertaining. It actually has the potential to tackle some of the world's most pressing challenges. Think climate change or disease eradication.
Wow, that's ambitious. Can you give us some concrete examples of how AI is being used to take on those kinds of global challenges?
Absolutely. In the fight against climate change, for instance, AI is being used to optimize energy consumption in buildings, make weather predictions more accurate, and even develop new renewable energy technologies.
Okay.
And in healthcare, AI is accelerating drug discovery, making personalized medicine a reality, and improving the accuracy of diagnoses, leading to much better outcomes for patients.
Those are some really inspiring examples. It sounds like AI has the potential to truly revolutionize so many aspects of our world. But with all this talk about AI's capabilities, I'm curious about how it's actually being developed. Who's behind these incredible innovations?
That's an important thing to consider. AI research and development are happening at a breakneck speed right now,
Yeah.
driven by, a diverse group of individuals and organizations. From researchers at universities to tech giants like Google and Microsoft, there's a global effort to push the boundaries of what AI can do.
It's fascinating to think about the collaborative nature of AI development, all these brilliant minds working together to shape the future of this technology. But I'm also wondering about the ethics of it all. We touched on the potential for job displacement, but are there other ethical concerns we should be, thinking about?
Oh, for sure. As AI becomes more sophisticated and more deeply integrated into our lives,
Yeah.
we have to consider the ethical implications. One big concern is the potential for bias in AI systems.
Okay, right.
If the data used to train these AI algorithms is biased, then the system itself can perpetuate and even amplify those biases,
Yeah.
which can lead to, unfair or discriminatory outcomes.
Yep.
It's absolutely crucial to ensure that AI development and deployment are guided by ethical principles, promoting fairness, transparency, and accountability.
That makes a lot of sense. We need to be mindful of these ethical considerations, as AI advances. But I think we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive. We've demystified the basics of AI, talked about its impact on different industries, and even touched on some of the potential benefits and challenges.